Hi, so I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about a term that I've come up with that is in my book, and it's called belonging language. Now, belonging language is something that probably people have never really thought of, but this has to do more with what we speak who we are, we speak what we need. Now, let me go a little deeper into that. We all need belonging, okay? We all need community, but our community is different, and there's language that goes in that. There's body language that goes with that. There's compatibility language that goes with that. There's growth language that goes with that. You mean, what's exactly how does it work? Well, let me put it this way. I'm in two places right now around their belongings differently. One is their hearts of gold. Oh my gosh. But at the same time, they're a little more not organized, and it sometimes be really challenging for me because it's hard to follow. But they have hearts of gold. I can tell you, they've some of the biggest hearts of gold you'll ever meet. Kind, wonderful people. When you communicate with them, they're speaking a language of kindness and I want to be really careful as I say this, not consistency. Kindness and not being consistent. Caring and loving and wonderful, but having a hard time keeping consistent, having a hard time staying on the straight and narrow. They just do. But like I said, wonderful, wonderful people. The other group that I'm just getting into is a group of very professional, very successful people. And I'm wondering how I fit in. I grew up with people like this. And I've been wondering, how do I fit in? The person who accepted me must see something in me that I'm not seeing in me. And I got on a phone call with one of the members, and they asked me bluntly, what can you give to this group? Because both of these groups are about give and receive and give. Again, I'm talking about belonging language. Both of these languages are different. One, you fly by the seat of your pants and you're kind. That's the language there. That's the way you communicate there. And if you don't fly by the seat of your pants, you're going to learn to, or you're going to be upset because that's the way they roll in that community. That's belonging. That's how you do belonging in there. And believe me, I've struggled a little bit with flying by the seat of my pants. I think there's sometimes you have to do that, but not all the time. I try to stay fairly organized. The second group is more organized, more businesslike, very professional, very successful. Some of the people have worked with some big companies there. And to me, it's a little more intimidating because I have not. I've worked with some people, and I have not. So what did they see in me? What can I bring? Their language is, we are successful, we charge this price, we work these hours, and these companies deal. We follow rules, we do this in our community, we give and take to each other, we help lift each other up to be better, and this is what we do. This is how we're professional. We're also understanding of people. You ask a question, people will try and help you in here. We're helpful, but we're also very professional. But there's rules in this group. We follow those rules. We do what we're supposed to do. There's consistency in this group. Their language is consistency. Their language is professionality. Their language is, we're going to be kind to our members and kind to each other. Well, that's members. And we're gonna invite people in that we think would be a good fit. Two totally different languages, totally different ways of belonging. But their languages are different. One is a language of consistency. One is a language of a higher level of communication, a higher level of professionality, and a higher level of doing things. And you may go, well, that's obvious. We have to understand the language. I don't walk into this second group without knowing how to communicate with them. They will laugh me out. I don't walk into the second group as a professional, and I walk in without something to give, I will not be allowed to stay there. I have to figure out what I can give to the community. I have, but they're more strict. They're more follow the rules, follow to the line. I have to know how to communicate in that group, or I don't last. And I have to have structure in that second group, or I don't last. Buck stops here. My whole point is each community has rules, has language, has things you follow. If you have rules or spoken or unspoken, that's a language. Think about it. Rules have to have a language for people to understand. That's what belonging is. And how you communicate in that group. That's why I say it's a belonging language. I hope that makes sense to you. And if you'd like to learn more, because this is this kinds of stuff I'm talking about in my book. This is the stuff I'm talking about with leadership and followership. If you'd like to learn more, just reach out. On that note, I'll see you next time. Oh, you can reach out. Well, I better tell you where to reach out. It's theneedslanguages.com. On that note, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.